Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy, Ivor Spice, and welcome to the Catch Up Volume 67. Another week for us Manchester United fans, and it's a good week for us as well because last week was a decent week. We got a win, and of course, we got the draw. We are through to the next round of the Champions League. Ollie's been gone for 2 weeks, but we finally got his replacement, and we'll be talking about that later. But first of all, let me thank you for tuning in. Those who are watching on Facebook, remember to share and also smash the like button. Those who are watching on Twitch, make sure you press that follow button. And those who are watching on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you share across all your social medias and get as much people watching. And of course, last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And thank you. And those who want to contribute to the channel to get better quality content, always remember you can contribute via PayPal in the link description. And as well, if you're tuning in on YouTube, make sure you send a super chat to contribute to this channel. And it's very important for those who are watching the other platform, come and subscribe to the YouTube platform and support. But yes, let's get straight into it, guys. As you know, Manchester United played Chelsea. But before we talk about that, let me introduce you to the guys, the panel. First of all, let me introduce you to Big Phil, who has just resumed. He's returned back to make another appearance all the way from Canada. Big Phil, how you feeling, my brother? It's been a while, man.
Boy, it has been a while. And like you said, 2 weeks ago, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was at the wheel, and now Carrick is at the wheel. A big load has been taken off of us as fans because we don't have to worry about the kind of football we'll be getting the week after week, right? But I'm feeling good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed, man. It's a new life. It's a new day. It's a new dawn, It's a new era for Manchester United right now. So we can only be happy to and look forward to the future. Let me introduce you to my next guest. The next guy in the panel, Monzi. Big up to you. How you feeling, brother? It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a week, isn't it? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah. Just hope Ralph don't wreck it. That's all I think. I don't think he will, but yeah, I'm glad he's coming in and sorting our mess of a club out at the moment. But yeah, it's been last week, like Villarreal game. I thought, I don't know it, and then we done it, and then yesterday it was just icing on the cake, wasn't it? Second half, we should have won it really, but yeah, shut all them Chelsea fans out. That's what I like to see.
And let me introduce you to Ems. Big up to you, Ems. Welcome back. He wasn't here last week, but he's back here again. Big up to you, Ems. How you been, man? How was your weekend?
Bro, listen, you know what, yeah? Lad, it was a good weekend still, man. I watched football, free hit. It's a great day, bro. No Ollie, bro. You know what I'm saying? No stress. The hairline, back to normality, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been great. But how are you, though, Mr. Ivorian?
Like I said before to the guys, I've been doing all right, man. It's a new day for Manchester United. It's a new, stewardship. Someone has come in to steady the boat at Manchester United because technically the boat was tilted up. There was a couple of holes, actually plenty of holes in our boat prior to the previous owner. But there's come someone that's come to fix it. A DIY man, a handyman himself, a trader, when it comes to football. Someone that will do it himself. Big up to Nigerian Englishmen, of course, who's tuned in. The man like Ivor Spice, my G. Also said Big Phil has his hat backwards. Oh shit, it's about to go down. Hello, big up Ragnick. And also says, now. And my guy M's, always smiling. Man still hitting the vodka though. I know that ain't water G.
Yeah, of course, bro. Come on.
Big up, guys. Big up to Now Kane as well that's tuned in. But yes, guys, as you know, we're here to talk about the match first. Before we talk about the big news, Ralf Rangnick, who has finally been appointed by Manchester United. But first, let's get the match out the way, which is Chelsea 1, Manchester United 1. Straight up, guys. Whew. Do you know what? Going into that game, first of all, guys, let me say now, those who are tuning in as well, I didn't have the hope that Manchester United should get a win or anything. I was hoping for best a point because I didn't feel confident going to that Chelsea game because Chelsea have been in great form. So in that game, it was just hard to watch as always. You know that 45 minutes was hard. Second half as well was truly hard as well. But we got a point. It was good. I can't complain because Manchester United played shit. Tried to press, tried to do stuff, tried to hold the ball, but still struggled. I can hear things in the background. But guys, anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to move it to you, Big Philly. And let me know what your thoughts were on the game.
If we had to start at the lineup, I thought it was a very defensive lineup because we're starting Scott, Fred, and Matic in the midfield. And then obviously I'm so glad that Harry Maguire isn't playing. So obviously the likes of Bailly and Lindelof and Tellez. So it was a makeshift defense, right? In terms of the game, how were we not down 2 goals in the first 5 minutes? Totally baffles me, right? Because Chelsea had their chances, but Chelsea were looking to do individual performances versus be a team because there was times Callum Hudson-Odoi could have laid off to Werner and Werner could have had a shot at least to David De Gea, right? But we were awful in the first half, right? The way we set up Ivorian Spice is 2 things, right? We came to the bridge for a draw, and we came looking to make sure that to frustrate Chelsea, and we were probably going to get a goal if Chelsea made a mistake. And so said, so done, right? Your guy Jorginho controlling the ball like Lukaku, and Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford running onto it, and just smooth. Jadon Sancho just putting us up 1-0, and the team played better when we went up a goal. Even your guy Fred, Pastor Fred, who I will now call Fred Davids, right? The guy definitely stepped up his game when we scored that goal because he was dreadful in the first half, man. But I saw him winning the ball from Callum Hudson-Odoi, even muscling off Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I'm like, okay, where has this Fred been for the last 2-3 years? But it was a very soft penalty for Chelsea, very soft, right? Now, at the end of the day, all good things must come to an end. I definitely was not happy with the performance, but to go to Stamford Bridge and take a point off of the European champions and the current leaders of the EPL, I'm happy with that point.
Absolutely. Yeah, I said before, I was happy with that point as well. I'm going to pass it on to you, Ems. Let us know what your thoughts were on the game.
You know what? Yeah, Big Phil, yeah. You hit the nail on the head. I'm not going to lie. For me, I feel like, bro, it's one of them games where like it was in the bottom 3, blood. You know, like that, we're fighting for that point. But you watch the game, 1-1. You know what? It's a good point. We move on to Arsenal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But bro, I don't want to see that sort of defensive football ever again. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stand that. Man United. No, real talk here, bro. Like, us going down. Playing good football and we lose 1-0, I'll take that. Because I can't this defensive football, bro, that I can't do. But I saw more tactics in this one game under Carrick than I ever saw under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So that's a massive step forward. Like, you can actually see what Carrick was trying to do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You actually saw that they actually implemented something in training. Or am I the only one that thinks that? I don't know. Am I right? Wrong, guys?
Yeah, there was something to it. You would have thought that they worked on something in training because they did do something. There was structure, there was organization. Munzi, I'm going to pass it on to you so we can get your thoughts on the game. How did you think Manchester United did?
Yeah, I agree with Big Phil with the first half. First half it was dire. Second half I thought we played better. Second half, I know it's like defensive and that, but Chelsea are on hot form and we weren't ever on form. It seems to see it like we sort of swap roles. Like we seem to play more as a team, whereas Chelsea sort of play more as individuals, like we have been. because, like, you know, it did seem a lot better. But as Big Phil said as well, the penalty was a bit soft. You know, we could have won it, but Fred, you know, anyone but Fred at the end there. But I thought the decision bringing Ronaldo on and taking Sancho off was a bit weird. I thought, you know, he might take Bruno off and put Ronaldo up there because, you know, he lost the pace, and then he put Lingard on and took Rashford off. So, you know what I mean, lost the pace. But I thought Sancho played well. He started to find his feet, and yeah, I think Fred and McTominay played well because they knew they had someone behind them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's pass it on to Amuk. Amuk, what was your thoughts on the game against Chelsea?
I think it was just another one, isn't it? I wanted us to win still, but it was a good match. Even though I felt like Chelsea was the better team of 90 minutes, but we did well. Like, good things. I'm happy to hear what Monzi said. Like, you see players actually playing different. Like, we all been cussing on McTominay and Fred, which I feel like for the past 2 games, they've been all right. And like, I think thumbs up to Sancho though. 2 goals, like, in 2 games. Yeah, the game was good though. I ain't gonna lie. I know Chelsea had a penalty, but it was a good match to see after everything that we've been going through, and come see how we played. Even though we were at the back foot, but it was something that I would take any day, any time, because I feel like that's the start.
I hear that. And of course, let's go straight into it, guys. Everyone back into the fold. Let's talk about the first half. Manchester United, the first 45 minutes, in my opinion, I felt that it was Chelsea versus David De Gea and most of Manchester United, because Manchester United didn't see Mendy for the first 45 minutes, which is typical, which you expected Chelsea to have most of the ball, but Manchester United struggling to even pass the ball, which was a concern. What's you guys' thoughts on the first 45 minutes? This guy's open, so anyone can join in.
Yeah. I like to start first. Sorry.
Go on.
A training session, attack versus defense. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what, we're holding on. You're holding against, bro. That's what I felt like. So it was tough watching the first half. The first half, I think it was back against the wall type of game. Can you hear me?
Your sound isn't the best. It's not the best. It's not the best right now. So I'm gonna throw it on to Big Phil. Phil,
come back to me in a minute. Come back to me. Yeah, go
on. With regards to the first half, we can definitely tell that there's some players that aren't disciplined enough to hold on to the football, right? As much as Jadon Sancho did score, he was very poor in the first half, right? Our wing backs also were poor, right? And don't get me wrong, Alex Telles gets game time every now and then, but he doesn't get a lot of starting time, right? I expect more from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I mean, going forward, like, he still needs to work on his game. With regards to the defense, as much as I am not a big fan of Lindelof, I think Lindelof was the better center back out of the pairing of him and Bailly, and I'm a massive fan of Bailly. So we were very unproductive with the ball. I counted about 7 times we passed the ball and Chelsea had the ball back again, right? But I think after the first 5 minutes, after Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I think it was both him. It was him that had two good chances, right? I think after that we looked a bit more organized defensively. My main problem is Bruno Fernandes dropping way too back for the football. Like, you played in the number 10 position. Why are you dropping back to like the left back position and the right back position? There was a time where Bruno Fernandes collected the ball and he looked to spray it across to Wan-Bissaka, and it fell straight to Callum Hudson-Odoi, and he had a chance, and I think it went wide, or David De Gea saved it, right? So that's my main concern with regards to Bruno. But I didn't really expect much in the first half. It was almost similar to the Villarreal game where we played shambolic, but we raised our game in the second half. and I'm so surprised that we went into the half 0-0. I would have taken that.
Yeah.
I think if we'd have gone in 1-0 down, then yeah, it'd have been a different kettle of fish.
Definitely.
I think. But I don't know what you lot think about Bruno Fernandes playing in that false nine. I didn't really think he played in the false nine. I thought, he was just off of Rashford and Sancho. But I know it did just seem refreshing, different. Do you know what I mean? Instead of the same old 4-2, whatever it is, 3-1 or whatever. Did seem good. And it was a bold decision dropping Ronaldo. But as I said before, I wouldn't have took Sancho off because I thought, he was just getting in the game, and then Rashford. But some people were slagging Rashford off, saying, he wasn't great in that, but he seemed to skin. I think it was Alonso or James. I think it was James. Seemed to skin one of them two, and James didn't do a lot. Like a lot of Chelsea fans saying that. I think there's a stat saying that most of the goals from Chelsea are from their defensive players, but James didn't have. I think Tellez had James in his back pocket. Do you know what I mean? Which is a shock, but. I don't rate Tellez at all, but I thought he played all right. But yeah, I think we can't play that like that going forward. But if someone would have said to you last week, "Oh, we're gonna beat Villarreal, and then we're gonna get a point off of Chelsea," you'd have said, "Yeah, I'll take that." So yeah, it was a good result.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be short because a lot of people expected Cristiano Ronaldo to start because it was a big game occasion, right? And a lot of people said that was a big, bold move by Michael Carrick. But you kind of saw why Cristiano Ronaldo didn't start because we were so unproductive in midfield and also on the wing backs that Cristiano Ronaldo would be so frustrated up top. He would have probably gotten one touch in 65, 70 minutes, in my opinion. So, yeah.
One second. Let me just insert. I'll pass it back to you because I got a question anyway. Big up to Nigerian English. Big up to my guy Flaco. You got rid of my guy Oli.
Of course.
I hope you're proud of yourself. Those who are tuning in, of course, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you share. If you're watching
of course.
Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch. But Ems, back to you now. What was your thoughts on Ronaldo not starting? Because it was a big debate. You saw Sky Sports News talking about it, and you saw Jamie Carragher. I mean, what's that scrub called? Jamie Carragher and Ray King have a goal. Oh, first of all, before we get into that later on, what was your thoughts on Ronaldo not starting? Should he have started? Should he have not started?
Before the game, I was shocked. I was like, "What?" But then when I saw the game, it's actually a good decision because you saw it when he come on and Lingard come on. We had no outlet at all. Like we had no pace. Like, you see the difference because when Sancho and Rashford started, you saw that we had the outlets because they were rapid, innit? And with Ronaldo, you ain't gonna get that. So that's why I was kind of like questioning Carrick for why. Like, cool, you put Ronaldo on, but why are you putting Jesse Lingard on? Because Jesse Lingard's not lightning quick, and we're gonna lose that. So that's why I thought, yeah, this guy's actually playing for a point. So for me, when I think about it, I think I think that was the right decision. When we think about it, it's the right decision. I think we'd have been a back against the wall if Ronaldo started because he ain't got the electrifying pace he once had 5-6 years ago.
And of course, Chelsea, because we did score that goal, Sancho scoring the winning goal. I mean, not the winning goal, scoring the first goal.
First goal.
Penalty decision. Was it a penalty by Wan-Bissaka, or was it just too soft for the referee?
I believe it was too soft, but as a football fan, it's a penalty because there was a contact. He clearly touched his foot. So if you do that on your own half, you should expect a penalty. I actually did not get upset. It's something I've watched again. I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I'll take it. Like I said, I didn't even believe he was going to go Chelsea and get a draw. I thought he was going to get smoked.
Yeah.
But so at the end of the day, I'll take that. As much as I feel like it's too soft, I know the VAR laws are too difficult. Sometimes it works. I don't know, certain games it might work. The next game, the same situation might not even work. So for me, I'll just take it. Wan-Bissaka needs to be, like I said, his first touch is Paul.
Big up to Nigerian
That was his fault.
Englishman.
That was his fault.
Finish off.
That was his. That was Wan-Bissaka's fault. He should have done better. But hey,
it is what it is. Big up Nigerian Englishman that says, "I dare you to bench your 7 against us." Have you seen anything new in the team that gets you excited? But I think if Chelsea took their chances in the first half, it could have been 3 or 4. What's anyone's thoughts on that? Because in my personal opinion,
it's true though.
We was lucky to even be going to the first half. I mean,
like nil-nil.
We was lucky. It was kind of
that's
crazy.
true.
I think, David De Gea, he's amazing. And I say that because every time we get peppered, bro, who's there to save us? Him.
De Gea.
Yeah, but you know what? I've come to the conclusion, I feel like David De Gea has to do a lot of stuff. Otherwise, if you don't do nothing, he lacks concentration. Have you noticed that anytime we're getting peppered, he saves us? When he's got nothing much to do, man makes a clanger, bro. And that, he needs to improve in that aspect of the game when he's got nothing to do, that he stays concentrated. Unless it's just me that thinks that, I don't know. If you don't agree with it, that's fine.
No, that's true though.
I agree. I agree. Schmeichel was the same. Peter Schmeichel was the same. If he didn't have nothing to do, he'd throw a clanger. But if he's got stuff to do, I agree with that.
And I think the top keepers, in my opinion, are the ones that have nothing to do, and then that last one-on-one or the last ditch save, and they keep the team in the game. That they're the like, you know, top class keepers. But don't get twisted. I think they're world class. But I feel if he just sorts out that lack of concentration, because like we see a lot of clangers, and I think when the clangers happen is when he has not much to do in it, and then he costs us a game, in my opinion. But I love De Gea because I feel like he's a much better keeper than what's that backup dancer? What's his name? Henderson. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that backup dancer.
This guy called him a backup dancer, boy. You are something.
You know what, the reason why he's calling backup dancer is because I swear to God, he's drinking something that's not normal, fam. I've never seen Ems on this channel with a glass holding it up, speaking like this reckless and not getting his words out right. But yeah, guys, another situation that I noticed that Scott McTominay got man of the match. And I asked myself, what? What did he do to deserve man of the match? Because I thought Fred outplayed him, outshined him, looked way better than him. People can say Bailly as well and Lindelof was far more tremendous. In fact, Matic. All McTominay did was play side-to-side football and hide again. Hide and seek as always. Hide and seek. But he never goes to the seeking, you know. But what was you guys' opinion on it? Because did he deserve man in the match? Because I can't believe Jamie Carragher gave him man in the match. I wonder what he was doing.
I'll go first. Sorry.
He's a scouser, and what do you expect?
I think, this guy, but we're doing little short passing move, and this guy goes back to the keeper, backwards. So I saw those chances where man could have gone forward and he goes backwards. I feel like because all man does is run around, put 1 or 2 tackles, and then man saying passion and desire. But for me, I think Fred or Bailly was our man of the match. Matic went far behind, I don't think, in my opinion. But McTominay, bruv, I don't know. But you know what's mad though, when Ralf comes in, I think he's going to use McTominay, you know, and Fred. Mark my words. As much as I don't rate the two, they do pressing in it and energy. So you have to say McTominay and Fred are here to stay.
No. Yeah, Maguire's available for Thursday. What?
I thought wasn't he not banned? Did he get 2 yellow cards or a red card? Because I will be angry right now.
He got 2 yellow cards.
In my opinion, and Lindelof and Bailly did extremely well. Drop Maguire. Don't play him. Bench him. Because you have to be informed for you to get back into this. Like, these guys done well. I don't give a shit. Like, it's about
Phil Jones in. Phil Jones in.
Oh, come on with Phil Jones, man. So it's just going to be a calamity after calamity all the time. Big up to Nigerian Englishman that says, Ivorian Spice, you're right. Ems is lit tonight. Pour me a glass, celebrating a duel at the bridge,
allow me.
Nigeria, tell me, man. We're celebrating. Everyone's celebrating, fam. This celebration lasts to next year.
Celebrating the hiring of Ralf Rangnick, you know.
Nah, Ollie's
sacking the confirmation that
getting rid of Ollie,
and we got a new manager.
Early Christmas present. Early Christmas present.
Not quite man of the match madness. Big up to him though. But guys, of course, I would like to know before we move on to the next section, who was your man of the match and also who was your donkey of the match? I'm going to start it off with you, Big Phil. Who was your man of the match and who was your donkey of the match in the game and why?
I'm gonna be a bit different because I think I think
you were a bit different when you hat the wrong way around and sunglasses on. Yeah.
Of course. It's bright where I am, buddy. Don't get me wrong. I would say for Man United, our man of the half, if you get what I mean, because we were poor in the first half. I would say Sancho from man of the match. Well, sorry, man of the half. In terms of donkey, I'd be Scott McTominay. Can't think of anybody else. Got to be Scott McTominay. Or if we're talking for the other side, Chelsea, my donkey of the match definitely goes to Lukaku. I'm sorry.
No, he's unlike a donkey. You got that wrong.
Go on, Munzi. Who's your man of the match and donkey of the match?
I think man of the match, Matic. Well, it's man of the half, isn't it, really? Donkey of the match, Wan-Bissaka, because he's just wrecked. I know it's a soft penalty, but he's reckless on it. And end of the day, like, Thiago's Brazilian, he went down like he'd been shot. So, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have given a penalty, I'd have played on, but Wan-Bissaka has been a bit reckless. He does get a bit reckless, but yeah, that's probably my donkey match.
He did put in a last-ditch tackle to stop Timo Werner from scoring. So,
but that's his job, though. He's a right back defender. That's his job.
But to be fair, he could have let him and still Werner would have missed anyway. So, do you know what I mean?
That's his job, bro.
And what about you, Ems? Who was your man of the match and who was your
my man of the match? Yeah, bro. I wish he chipped the keeper properly, bro, man. I would give it to Fred, but I'm gonna give it to a man like Nemanja Matic. I think he was composed. He shows experience. I think Nemanja Matic for me is man of the match, in my opinion. And Donkey, I'm sorry, bro. Bambi and Ice, the right back. I'm sorry, I can't deal with him. Like, you know what it is, yeah? Man will do a little trick here and there, yeah? And then man pass it and lose the ball. Or he'll do a little trick, it flops, and loses the ball. Like, I don't know, like, he's not good enough for Man United Football Club, in my opinion. Forget the penny. All jokes aside, yeah? I thought we need a new right back because he's scary. Like, even at right back, yeah? Man have the freedom on the right-hand side, yeah? And no one wants to bring it out wide for him to cross the ball. Because they know it's not going to be a good delivery. I don't know if you not saw what I saw. Do you not see it? Like, the couple of times he was free on the right-hand side, and man was not crossing the ball, like. So, like, right, we need to buy a right back.
I just don't think he's improved. I don't think he's improved at all.
He's not good enough. He's not good enough for that football club.
He's good enough. I think he's good enough.
Ems, he's good enough.
He's okay.
He needs to be improved.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
he needs to stop. Like, that's all his fault. He was there for 3 years.
It's not all his fault, bro.
No, that's all his fault. He was there for 3 years, brother. No, Wan-Bissaka ain't that bad, you know. Ain't that bad. Wan-Bissaka ain't that bad. I know he's been having poor season. This has been his worst. But it's not that bad.
Listen,
the manager should have worked with him.
Wait. I like you and all, but listen. When a defender has to do last-ditch tackles, yeah, save a thing, that means he's not reading the game properly. How many times a man got cut the grass? Bro, that's not all his fault. No.
If you get benched doing that, if for example, I'm your manager and I told you the last few games I see you doing them reckless slide tackles, right? And you know that's risky. And I tell you to stop doing it. You know, I'll do the next game. I'll put you on the bench. Oli did not do what he was supposed to do at Manchester United. He did not look after his players.
Can I ask you a question? Apart from him doing 1v1 defending that he's great at, name me 3 things he's good at other than 1v1 defending.
1v1? Even
no,
slide
no,
listen.
Take that out.
Okay. The slide tackles, he's actually good with it.
That's 1v1 defending.
No.
What else?
1v1 can be anything, no slide tackle. He could just stand there and look at you and get the ball off of him. The only thing I think he needs to improve with, It's this
Can he
passing
cross?
and first touch.
Can he cross? Ask my question. Can he cross?
That's what I'm saying.
Can he
The
cross?
two things they need
No,
to
no, ask
improve
my
him.
question. Can he
I
No.
think
cross?
he don't answer
He
his question.
can't pass, but he's not a better passer.
My African, West African brother. Can he cross? Can he cross?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can, but not as much as these other right backs.
All right, okay,
His crossing ain't that good.
What's his first touch? What's his first touch like?
Very poor. Very
Thank
poor.
you. All right, hold on. When the ball's on the other side, is he daydreaming, isn't it? He's dreaming about another girl in his bed, isn't it? Hello? No? That
Not
really good
really.
chance. What was that?
Not
What was
really.
That
Not
really
really.
good chance. Did you see that really good chance? That was his
Yes.
fault, innit? No?
I saw that.
Yeah. How many times have you seen that? I've seen that bare times. Brighton,
Brother,
Villa,
I understand
I've
what
seen
you're
that a lot of
saying,
times.
but he's not
Yeah?
that bad.
He's not good enough. He's not good
No,
enough.
he's not that bad. We
50
don't need to
million.
send right back, you know. Our manager
Alright.
come in and
Yes, but as you were saying, guys, you two have been muted, by the way, because we need to move on from this argument. You get me? Love it. Passion, guys, as we say, passion. But he has his feelings towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and those have his feelings for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But guys, let's move it on. I'm gonna mute you guys because we're gonna have to move it on from this on.
I
No,
haven't
I
even
like-
asked me my man of the match.
Your
you know.
man- exactly so. Yes, who was your man in the match, and also who's your donkey in the match, big man?
I'll go first. Donkey is Wan-Bissaka. he just gets just because of the penalty. Just because of the penalty.
Yeah.
I feel that was poor. You see, I'm a real fan.
Mm-hmm.
And my man of the match here would have been Sancho, but Matic just if you remember, I did mention Matic the other day. He just shows something different. He was too much. I hope he can just continue this form. I really hope so.
And for me, definitely, I'm gonna go a bit different with you guys. I thought Fred was very good, and I would he's my man of the match. Donkey of the match, you all know that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Just based on the penalty, man. He why? I said why? We could have won that game, you know. Because I mean, Chelsea was shooting blanks. Let's move it on, guys. For those who are tuning in, let me get Nigerian Englishman donkey of the match, man of the match. He's Fred for diving for missing that chance. Donkey of the match. That was his moment, his perfect moment. Which it was his perfect moment, which he messed up. But guys, for those who are tuning, let us know who's your man of the match and your donkey of the match. Also watching the playback, let us know who your man of the match and your donkey of the match was as well. And of course, those who are watching, subscribe, smash, like, and share. Let's move it up to the quotes that took place after the game, which will start off with David De Gea speaking to the reporters after the match. David De Gea himself said, "We already improved against Villarreal. We won, qualified, and now we played a very good team away from home. The effort of the team was very good. For me, it's not enough. A draw. We are tough. We're in a tough moment. I am proud of the effort of the team." He also said that on the pitch, in the goal, I was feeling danger for nearly the whole game. We defended well. They missed big chances, and the one that gave us a chance, we scored. It is not enough to draw, but at the moment, it's a big point. Carrick said that regarding the result, he said, disappointing actually. When you're in front in a game like this, to have it taken away is disappointing. I'm proud of the players in the group all week. Carrick also said, a difficult situation. We tried to make the best of it, but there is a little bitter feelings. We came to win the game, a little disappointed. I can't lie. In regards to Jadon Sancho, Carrick also said that it's probably looks easier when you go 2 against a keeper, but it's a little cat and mouse. He managed to score, and I am pleased for him. And he also concluded with, it's been a decent couple of games. It's a mixed feeling because I shouldn't be here if things had gone as we wanted. Yeah, the way you wanted. We didn't want it to go your way you wanted. We wanted him out. I feel like we lost out on it today because 2 wins we would have been better. So yeah, again, guys, speaking on that, there was incident that took place, which I would like to play for you guys. I just need to find out which took place between Jamie Carragher and also
Breaking.
So I'm gonna play you guys some clips.
There was one school of thought, right,
that I heard this week. I want to, before I get there, I'll play you this one.
Should have been cleaned out.
This is regarding the staff. Is this what they spoke to regarding the staff? So I want to get your opinion on this.
There was one school of thought, right, that I heard this week that all the coaching staff should have been cleaned out when I left.
No, I think the game has changed. I think that's difficult. Every situation is different. Obviously, people under contract, and Ollie might have said to some of the staff, "Listen, I want you to stay on. Lads have commitments and mortgages and stuff like this." So I wouldn't be one for that. Get rid of all the staff, but they have to be held accountable. Some of the staff, because they weren't just with Ollie; they were with Mourinho as well before that. And are they going to stay on with the new manager?
Presumably that will be the plan. Would you not think that's the right way to go?
No, not necessarily. No, not if they're up to the job. And some of the staff have been a number of years. I get the impression of Man United the last few years, and whether it be some of the backroom staff, people upstairs, I think there is an element now at Man United, kind of job for the boys there, job for the boys, just wink, wink, look after each other.
What was your guys' thoughts on that? Quickly.
Who wants to go first? I want to go first, personally.
Go ahead.
But, hey, Roy Keane, yeah. It's funny, though, how when Ollie leave, bro, man said how it is, this guy. But, yeah, it's right, man. We're doing this work experience life, in other words. I agree with him. I feel like we're just giving jobs of people who and all that stuff. Not people that have actually got qualifications or past experience. So I kind of get it. And for me, I feel like, and I agree with Scholes, when Scholes said when Ollie went, everybody, all the other backwards options went with him because we need to freshen up. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think in a way, Keane's right.
Anyone else wants to add to that before we move on to the next scene, which is about Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, I think he's completely right. Yeah, job for the boys. I've heard that they're going to keep them free in because they don't want to get rid of them, which is stupid. But I think Carrick's done himself some favours, whether or not the other two have. Mike Phelan, then. You know what I mean? Mike Phelan is the most experienced one there, and he's hopeless.
He's a cheerleader. He's a cheerleader.
Yeah, it's just, all he's worried about is his Twitter profile. Do you know what I mean?
Let me move it on to the next part because there's been so much about Cristiano Ronaldo pressing, all sorts of stuff. Why did we sign him? Should we have not signed him? And etc. Which I'm astonished to hear all of these things. I feel like it's an insult to just be saying stuff like, "Oh, Ronaldo doesn't press enough." Well, first of all, Manchester United haven't been pressing for a good 6-7 years, enough for you to just single out one player. Like everyone presses individually. So how can you say that? And they're talking about, is he going to press? Listen, if you're a good coach, you make Ronaldo work, because who would the hell will complain about having Cristiano Ronaldo and say, but he don't press for me? No, I'll make it happen because why? I'm a fantastic manager. I'll make it happen. But I'm actually sick to death over this Ronaldo situation. People are just destroying the GOAT's name like that, especially these British pundits. Like, who are they to judge on players? Have anyone in England won the Ballon d'Or for them to be talking? Not anyone in Scotland won the Ballon d'Or for you to be saying what Ronaldo should be doing or not. No, shut up. But yes, moving on, because it got heated between Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher.
Well, it's a team game.
So you think it's a mistake signing Ronaldo?
Ronaldo was never going to get Man United back winning league titles.
What's the point in signing him? Come back and win trophies.
Did you win the FA Cup? Did you guys win the FA Cup? Yeah, they come up to win the FA Cup and get the Champions League. They've got the next round of the Champions League. How much do you think that's worth to the club? If you look at the business side of it, the glaze, your share price, that's what it's come back for.
Yeah.
I said that
if you finish
Ronaldo's
second
not going to
last year,
fix.
if you finish second last year,
no good to you.
I know exactly. So you then sign Ronaldo at 37. You're not going to win the league in 4 years. If you sign someone at 36, 37, it's to win right now. If you sign Varane, a 4-time Champions League winner and World Cup winner, it's to win right now. Are they any closer to the
when Ronaldo signed for Man United, anyone he said Ronaldo is. No, he's not coming to win the league. What's he come back to help win a trophy?
What's he here for?
So in the meantime,
what is he here for?
Well, Mourinho didn't win the league. He won 1 or 2 trophies.
You finished second.
So when you won the FA Cup and
won
other trophies, were you not buzzing with that? Man United are a cup team at the moment.
You just said Ronaldo never come here to win the league. What is he here for?
To win trophies.
What are you at Man United for?
Cups.
Why not going through this? Is that where Man United have gone?
Absolutely.
With cups.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm not. But that's where they are as a club. Look at the team. Look at the league. Look at the last 2 or 3 years. They're not going to win the league for the next 2 or 3 years. I tell you that.
What would you sign Ronaldo for then at 37? If they're not going to win in the next 2 or 3 years, Start getting Greenwood on the pitch. Start getting Sancho on the pitch. If they're not going to win the league right now, they were never going to win the league. But Ronaldo was never. So what was the point? There's no point signing him.
I'll say it one more time. To win some trophies, FA Cups.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's where they are.
Time to go.
Rightly so.
I'll tell you what.
First?
I'll go. Sorry, I know I keep going first. I think, they both made valid points, innit? In terms of you sign Ronaldo, you sign Varane, you sign Sancho. But then you got to look at it. You got Ole as a manager. So for me, you're trying to get top 4 and win a FA Cup or something. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, Roy Keane said cups. Yeah, so that could mean win the Champions League. It's not impossible. We've seen teams like Chelsea under who is it? Di Matteo, is that right? Di Matteo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Di Matteo do it. So it's not impossible. Cup competitions are very they're very unpredictable compared to the league game. I think with the league games, like in terms of league games, you're kind of like, you know, the league don't lie to you, innit? Wherever you finish, that's how you've been, innit? Like across the 38 games. So for me, I see both their points. They're both valid, innit? Because Ronaldo's not it.
I just want to highlight one thing. Roy Keane said that we're technically a cup team at the moment, and that's. Do you guys agree at this moment that we're technically a cup team? Because I can't go and tell people we're here to compete, because truly, really and truly, we're not here to compete. We're here to try and win trophies first of all before we start competing. I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
Can I ask you a question? Sorry. Go on, Moses. Go on, Moses.
We're a cup team now. We weren't at the start of the season, but you know what I mean. Like, it should have got rid of Oli at the start of the season, then we might have been a league team. But yeah, we're at the moment we're a cup team. Yeah, right now we're a cup team because we ain't gonna get. We'll get to top 4 now. We've got Ralf in, but we ain't challenging for that title not until till probably next season when we get someone proper in.
Monzi, everybody, yeah. At the start of the season, even though I wanted Oli out after the Europa League, I wanted him out anyway. The fact of the matter is, everyone said the target now is for Man United Football Club, challenge for the title, and win a trophy. Is that right? Is that not an agreement?
That's what our thoughts were as soon as we signed Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane.
Yeah? No, wait. Forget Ronaldo. Ronaldo. Even before Ronaldo, everybody said challenge for the title. Yeah? Obviously, when Ronaldo come, the expectation was a bit higher. Yeah, that's probably why Oli lost his job, innit? And as I think it's mad because if we lost 2-1 to Watford, I think man will still be in the job today, innit? In my opinion. But I think for me, Roy Keane's got a point, Jamie Carragher's got a point. I can't say one's right and one's wrong. I think they both made good points, in my opinion. I don't know about you lot, but for me, I think
that we are a cup team for now, because let's be real, we play our best players in the cup competitions, right? In the cup competitions, we're going to play the likes of Eric Bailly, and we're going to play the likes of Donny van de Beek. In the league, we're playing Scott and Fred, and we're playing Harry Maguire and Lindelof, right? So I say for right now, we are a cup team, but slowly but surely, Ralf will get us back to being Premier League. Exactly, being competitive in the Premier League as well too, right? So it will take some time though. So
yes, guys, as always, big up to you guys who are tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, smash that like, share, let us know your thoughts so far regarding the Roy Keane situation and the Jamie Carragher, and of course the thoughts on the match itself. Let's move it straight to the big news today, because as you know, Manchester United have finally announced the appointment of Ralf Rangnick on a 6 months interim base, and after that going into a 2 years consultancy role for Manchester United, exclusively just working for them, which is beautiful because it's what we all wanted. It's just funny how the whole media, we'll get to that, the whole media says that Manchester United should get footballing men making footballing decisions at the top, get and sort out their structure. They do that, and they're still talking shit about who they got. You know what? But guys, Manchester United again released a statement which I like to read to you guys. Give me a second.
Is that the Uber driver that done it?
I'm just trying to get rid of this thing. Yeah, cool. Manchester United is delighted to announce the appointment of Ralf Rangnick as interim manager until the end of the season, subject to a work visa requirement. All that wasting time, we need a work visa requirement right now. See that? At Manchester United always slow when it comes to doing recruitment. I've always said McDonald's got better recruiting policy than Manchester United. You know, they don't waste time out here. If they need a new player, so they'll get them in the following day. Yeah, me. Following this period, Ralph and the club have agreed that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. John Murtaugh, Manchester United football director, said Ralph is one of the most respected coach and innovators in European football. He was our number one candidate for interim manager, reflecting the inevitable leadership and technical skills he brings from almost 4 decades of experience in management and coaching. Everyone at the club is looking forward to working with him during the season ahead, and then for 2 years in his advisory role. In that 2 years in his advisory role, you'll be heavily involved, and you have total power, as you guys see. He'll be involved in making a decision against the next manager that will come in for the next season. Again, as Ralph spoke as well, he said, I am excited to be joining Manchester United and focused on making this a successful season for the club. The season is full of talent and has a great balance of youth and experience. All my effort for the next 6 months will be on helping these players fulfill their potentials, both individually and the most importantly as a team. That's the most important thing. Beyond that, I look forward to supporting the club longer term goal on a consultancy basis. The club also said Michael Carrick will remain in charge of the first team until Ralph Works visa is finalized. The club wishes to place on record its thanks to Lokomotiv Moscow for their cooperating in the process of bringing Ralph to Manchester United. I don't know why they need to say that, but it is what it is, guys. So, guys, Ralf Ragnick is here. I want to get your thoughts first of all on on the appointments, and of course, at the same time, we've had negative feedback coming from the media regarding Ralf Ragnick asking who is he. So, I also want to get your thoughts on the media reaction that's been coming out regarding Ralf Ragnick, especially I've heard Graham Souness on Talksport. I don't know if you guys heard it saying who is he and how come he's never been sought out for a big club. Paul Merson said, how come he's never been at a big club? He's forgotten that Arsenal himself was interested in signing Ralf Ragnick as soon as Arsene Wenger left. He was a candidate, and they forgot that before Tuchel came, they wanted Ragnick first. And then they went for Tuchel because Ragnick said he can't do 4 months and he wants something longer. It's not about that game. He's always been linked to Real Madrid. He was in talks with AC Milan last season, but he wanted not just he wanted something bigger as well, long term. And
Chelsea as well too.
Yeah, I did say. So it's funny how they be saying all this thing, but they don't do their research and due diligence. They're just talking nonsense.
I think the English media are lazy, and I think the only person, Jamie Carragher, because he watches football all over, and he reckons he's a good appointment. But these Souness, because I remember Souness trying to say, I think last season Sancho weren't cutting the mustard, but yeah, man's got, was it 50 goal involvements? Is it 50 or 40? I can't remember. And he didn't watch the game properly. Something like that, innit? Mm-hmm. So I feel like the English media are lazy. If the man ain't from England or Britain, should I say, they don't know nothing. Like Paul Merson just chats rubbish. He's garbage anyway. Because think about it, yeah. Thomas Tuchel, for example, if he didn't go PSG, he might won't have no titles, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He went to Chelsea, won Champions League, but was anyone questioning that? I just think, yeah, there's an agenda against Man United, and I think that's because we've been so successful under Sir Alex Ferguson. So now we're just there to get spat at, cast, laugh, and everything. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why everybody wants to come and attack us. That's my personal opinion.
I agree, because that obviously it's normal when you were the most hated and of course you're most successful. When you're in your downfall, your enemies will laugh at you. They will mock you. As well, Big Phil and Mook and Munzi, what's your take on the whole Ragnick, the appointment as well? Let me start off with you, Big Phil, and we'll move it on to you, Mook, and end up with Munzi.
Yeah, looking forward to the team pressing as a unit, right? Because under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we just have individuals who press. We have Cavani who presses. We have Bruno Fernandes who presses. The odd time you have Lingard and maybe Fred who presses, right? But if you had to compare a team like Liverpool who actually presses as a unit, the front three press together, the midfielders press together, right? Jurgen Klopp said it's unfortunate that Man United are getting Ralf Rangnick. But obviously, like we are glad, but he's kind of sad, right? With regards to the pressing, we'll also get an organized defense and an organized midfield. That's what I'm always looking forward to, right? Because an organized defense means that the opposition will get plenty of offsides. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing three guys in our back four, you know, play, being up, and then like you're Wan Basaka. He playing the guy on side, or Luke Shaw or Harry Maguire playing the guy on side. There's no communication in our defense, right? The third thing I'll end off with is that some of the players that we have right now are going to have to pull their socks up and work, right? Because I actually want to see how Ralph is going to handle Cristiano Ronaldo. That's one guy. And I'm not saying he's one of the guys who has to pull his socks up and work, right? But there are some players, to be on the positive, there are some players who will benefit from this Ralf Rangnick system, right? Donny van de Beek is one, Bruno Fernandes is one, and I actually want to see how Fred. Yes, and that's one guy I also want to point out, because with Paul Pogba is not a guy who can press right by himself. Now, with a team that's organized, there will be less fatigue in the team because the team is actually pressing together. At 65 minutes, Bruno Fernandes is exhausted because he's pressing by himself. But if a team is organized, he will be able to press less and press less distance, because when Bruno Fernandes looks around, there's other people pressing behind him together, right? But to back to Paul Pogba will actually have to pull his socks up and work, because now he'll have to press with the team. And yeah, that's just some of the positives I see from Ralf Rangnick, right? But one must ask, because Ralph has managed the likes of Hoffenheim, Schalke, RB Leipzig, and at the time, those guys were youngsters. They saw Ralph as a father figure, right? How will Ralph manage the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno, Sancho, Rashford, all guys who have egos and all guys who are not considered youngsters? Also, how is Ralph going to transition from managing to a board who's kind of toxic, right? So,
True. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to you.
I definitely think I can hear echoes.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think we did the right choice to bring in someone with his type of quality and experience. Like, I understand people might say because he probably won one trophy. It's different from someone everyone can actually vouch that they like the way he brings up teams. Like, for example, Leipzig. I didn't even know Leipzig to recent years. By the end of the day, Em mentioned something.
That's because they've only been around for 8 years. That's the reason why you didn't know about it. They've only been around for 8 years.
Well, you see, that's just, for me, that's one big positive about who we've got right now. Because as I said, the good thing that I'm actually thinking about, I know a lot of Manchester United fans, not just Manchester United fans, but football fans will disagree with me on this one. But personally, I believe that Oli left us in a bigger mess in terms of unit, because we actually got good players. We got very good players that could play football. But the way this players performance, the way they perform, it's dreadful. We all saw it yesterday against Chelsea in the first half. These are world-class players, These are quality players. But we all seen that. And I believe that bringing Ralph into this right now is the best thing that we've ever done for ourselves. Bring some of his experience to come put back this team together. I don't care about players. He's gonna play. He's not gonna play. Like we all say, we're playing for Manchester United. You know when you put on that kit, the pressure that you got. So we've all seen what the team are going through. And I see individual players pulling their socks up just because they want to change certain things. And if they've been doing that when things are going bad, I think they got to do it more time now when they're trying to get back on the fit. So for me, the right choice, the right time, and I can't really see nothing. Like I think this is the first time. For some reason, Manchester always does this to us. We got upset by Bruno. They gave us Bruno as Christmas present. Now we're getting upset. They're bringing someone we can actually vouch for. We like his philosophy, we like his tactics. At least the club he might manage this club for 6 months, but give us a little bit of a blueprint. That I think if he's gonna be around the club, that he is gonna come after him. There's hope. There's hope.
There is hope. And Ems, last but not least, before we end the show, what's your thoughts?
I feel with Ragnick, right? I feel that we're gonna see his style of play. I think you're gonna.
You might want to push back a bit because all we can see is half your face.
Sir.
All we see is your lips, and that's about it.
Oh damn, that sounds mad. Anyway, I think with Ragnick, yeah, I think we're gonna see a difference between Ollie being Mr. Nice Guy and Ragnick demanding. I don't think we've had a demanding coach, yeah, since probably LVG. And I think with Ragnick, you know these Germans, they don't play, you know. If you don't do their job, mate, you'll be sitting on the bench or in the stands. So for me, I think we're gonna have a real coach that's got a history of building clubs and obviously working upstairs and that. So for me, I think it's a good footballing decision. It's not no Uber driver or any so-called technical director, Darren Fletcher with headphones in the ears. I don't know who he's talking to, Ollie, or I don't know who. On the right now, what's he doing with the headphones? Like, what is this? I don't get. Like, did you see the headphones? Like, I don't get it. So, and I don't like this whole boys, as Roy King said, boys or boys and all that rubbish. I want real footballing people, and I think for one, it's a proper footballing decision. So for me, I reckon the only way is up for me anyway.
And to end the show, guys, thank you on that note. For those who are tuned in, I'd like to thank you for watching the show. Make sure you subscribe and smash that like button and share across all your social platforms to get as much people to watch the show. And of course, for those who want to contribute to the channel, remember to check the link description. You'll find the link to the PayPal in the link description. And also, you can always contribute on the show on a super chat on YouTube. This is the part where the boys themselves let you know where you can find them. So I'm gonna have to plug in the guys. Amok, let's start off with you. Where can the people find you?
You're mute.
Think you're mute or something like that. I think you mute yourself.
They can always find me here every Monday and also on Instagram, prettyflacco_16. And
quickly, what's your prediction against Arsenal?
I think we're gonna smoke Arsenal 2-0. Nigerian British man. Remember that.
Nigerian Englishman.
Nigerian Englishman. Remember that.
Big Phil, where can the people find you as well? And what's your prediction for the Arsenal game?
Yo, international break. I predicted that we would get 2 draws: a draw against Chelsea and a draw against Arsenal. But I kind of on Flacco's side. I actually want to smoke Arsenal, all jokes aside. Where can they find me? At Fabrizio Romano on Instagram.
Yes, make sure you follow him there and follow the others as well. Munzi, what about you? Where can the people find you in your prediction against Arsenal?
Yeah, you can find me on Munzi Talks, my YouTube channel. You can find me here on every Monday. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all at Munzi Talks. And I think we're going to beat Arsenal 3-1.
Oh, big
like
talk
that.
right there. Make sure you subscribe to Munzi Talks as well. He's just done his show as well. Ems, where can the people find you?
Find me on Twitter, EmsDoms.
And your prediction for Arsenal?
I think it'll be 1-0. Ronaldo with the winner.
See, that Ems can't even sit still no more. He can't sit still no more. You know, he's had his first glass. If you don't know. Guys, as always, Oh, sorry. M's just gonna. No, his camera's gone.
No,
That's how
man,
he's
man.
feeling. He's
Yeah,
feeling
man.
tilted like his camera.
No, man. No, I'm there. But yeah, 1-0 Ronaldo, bro. I'm telling you. Mark my words.
Guys, of course, you can find me every Monday here as well at 8 o'clock with your catch up. And last but not least, you can always tune in to my live match reaction 30 minutes after the game on Thursday. And we also playing, I believe, on Sunday against Palace. So it's going to be another match reaction. And if I've got news to present, it will come out as well. Just make sure you click the notification bell. So when I go live, it goes straight and you'll know. But you can always find me on my account, my private Instagram account, which is Ivern_Spice. Same as Twitter. Make sure you follow that. And do remember to follow the official Instagram account of Red United TV, which is Red United TV, one as you see above there. And of course, the Twitch, Red United TV, same as TikTok as well. As always, guys, last but not least, let me just let you guys know. Remember to keep it united because Manchester United have actually been on a new beginning, starting off again from fresh. You know, the scrub is gone now, so you can keep ourselves united. Now, before that, we wasn't united, but now we are united.
We are.
And as always, remember to keep it Red United. We are out. We like to thank you. God bless you. Until next week, from the Mandem and everyone else. Peace out. Boom.